right, we're going to jump out of doing the Patriots and talk about a team that people thought were going to be the dynasty, the next big-time dynasty in the NFL, the Seahawks. A lot of people saying the Seattle Seahawks run is over. And it comes after they lose to the Washington football team. And here's what I'm going to say. It's things like this that remind me that sports media is kind of like a funhouse mirror. And I do it from time to time. There's a lot of people who do it, right? It's a funhouse mirror. What do I mean? If you look at Seattle, outside of the most recent win against Jacksonville, when was their last win? October 3rd. Now, why do I know October 3rd? Why do you remember that, Aaman? Well, I remember October 3rd because that's the last time Seahawks star running back Chris Carson played a snap of football. He's been hurt since October 3rd. That's a big piece of their offense. It's a big piece of their offense that's been taken away. And then October 7th, what happens? Russell Wilson gets hurt, and he's out. So you get these two back-to-back injuries on arguably your two most important, valuable players. And now Russell Wilson's coming in. He's 3 games into it. And in those 3 games, they played a Packers team that everyone thinks is perfect, can't be beaten. They played a Cardinals team, who a lot of people are saying the best team in the league. They had the best record in the league. And then they lost to a Washington football team where Antonio Gibson ran for 111 yards. What am I saying by all this? The Seahawks lost a big chunk of their offense with Chris Carson. Yeah, they got DK, they got Tyler Lockett, but we can run the ball and we can set different things up, the quick passing. You see, their run game is non-existent. You watch. That's why they just signed Adrian Peterson. The news came out that they signed Adrian Peterson. That's why. It's not because they thought, oh man, Adrian Peterson he's gonna magically cut back to 24. No, he's not gonna magically get back to 2014. But they know they need a running back, and their running backs in-house aren't cutting it. So they said, we'll try Adrian Peterson. The Titans, they tried Adrian Peterson. Didn't work trying to replace Derrick Henry. Now that Chris Carson is going to try to be replaced by Adrian Peterson. Chris Carson's starting to practice now, and that's positive signs. But I'm not ready to throw in the towel on the Seattle Seahawks yet. I'm not ready to throw in the towel because, again, you watch. Chris Carson is not there. He's a huge part of that offense. He's a big part of that offense, and you have to have that guy there. And to not have him there, it takes away a lot. And then Russ trying to find flow, but nothing behind him is working. So teams are just rushing. And their offensive line, while improved, is still nowhere near good. So now teams know, I'm getting after Russell Wilson. And the pass rush lanes just open up. And you talk about the fronts they've played. How about the Cardinals pass rush? It's excellent. The Packers pass rush has gotten better and better and better. You saw against the Rams, excellent against that offensive line. And the Washington football team, obviously we know they have star-studded front four. Even without Chase Young, right? They still have a star-studded lineup out there. So to say, oh, it's over after this loss, I don't know about this. The defense can play well in spurts. I feel if you get Chris Carson back, you balance out the offense, you alleviate some pressure off of Russell Wilson's shoulders because by continuing to have this kind of mold, teams are just going to start rushing the quarterback, and that's what they're doing. You can see there's no respect for the run game. Play action doesn't matter. They're coming after you. They have no respect for the run game. And so it doesn't open up the deep stuff that DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett really enjoy. So then your offense is stagnant. You can't really get things to work. And Russ started to sprinkle some magic. He was starting to cook a little bit. But they need Chris Carson. So for everyone saying, oh, it's over, let's let Chris Carson get back here. Now, if they were to part ways, the Seattle Seahawks, with one of the two, Carroll or Russ, you part ways with Carroll. You can find another Pete Carroll. It's going to be hard, but you can find another Pete Carroll. But finding another Russell Wilson ain't going to be easy. Ask 15 NFL teams. Ask the New York Jets how easy it is to find a quarterback. And they pick number 2 pretty much every year, for God's sakes. So it's not easy to find a quarterback. And it's not easy to find Russell Wilson. I still think that combination could work. I still think Carroll's got a lot of good coaching left in him, and I still think that Russell Wilson has a lot of good stuff left in him. But I just need Chris Carson to come back before I can say the Seahawks are done and they should look to move off. Because Chris Carson's a huge part of that offense, and I think everyone's missing that fact. And they just want to gloss over and write the storyline and close the book on the Seattle Seahawks. Well,